stardust in the universe. To the waters in the womb I surf. I'm the all in all. From the atoms that exist in the sun to the atom that's in Genesis 1. I'm the all in all. From the first king that walked this globe to the last black slave they stole. I'm the all in all. Every living thing you see, all of those things exist in me. I'm the all in all. From the depths of the sea to Mount Everest. Allah in the flesh, most benevolent. This physical form born from melanin. When electrical thought sparked intelligence. Ain't nothing existing I don't exist in. From the clouds in the heavens down to this skin. If you're doing the knowledge, you can follow Jews. In both cases, the basis, water molecules. Rain, sleet, snow, hailstorms come together the same way that my cells form. You won't see it yet, hard to fathom still. It's A-like to the pyramids, how my atoms build. I existed as DNA when the earth formed, and my paternal lineage is from the firstborns. Holy Quran.
Never again, right? We mean that. See, because nobody can say, listen, I watch Jewish people when they say that this guy is 101 years old, but we think that he did something to a Jewish person in a concentration camp 45 years ago, and we're going to kill him. The world goes, yes, kill him! Bravo! Kill him! Oh goodness! But if we say, black people, if we say, you have KKK cops killing black people every day, you say, you're rioting, you're violent, you're anti-government, you're no good. How dare you? You can't be upset that we're killing you. Now let me just say this to you, and I'm going to really be quiet. If they kill dogs, and I did say the word dog, if cops kill dogs the way they kill black people, I guarantee you they would pass a law where the cops couldn't kill a dog.
That's right. That's right.
If the cops were killing gay people the way they kill black people, there would be a law preventing cops from killing gay people. If cops dared to kill Jewish people, I guarantee you in 5 minutes there'd be a law where they couldn't kill not near another Jewish person.
Asians get more respects than black.
Listen, if cops was killing Asians, same thing. But cops kill black people? Oh, don't think that qualified immunity can be taken off the table. We discussed it with the police unions. Why are you discussing whether or not you can kill us with the people that are killing us? Of course, they want to continue. Why are you not having a conversation with our community, my man? Cory Booker, huh? Tim Scott, you black puppet Republican. You killed it. You played Cory Booker, and Cory Booker got down with the get in. And when Peyton Gidgen killed us, the Jews they passed a law because Peyton Gidgen's manifesto mentioned the Jews. Oh my gosh, they got protection. Not the black people who died. Did you hear what I said? Peyton Gidgen killed us, and the Jews got a bill passed, and only one person voted against it. None of the Jews voted to protect black people. They only voted to protect themselves. And all the black people who voted with the Jews in the government voted with the Jews to protect the Jews, but didn't win the vote to protect the black people who were actually murdered. Now, this is my point of contention. When you're in something that has been commercialized, bastardized, monetized, and controlled by economic forces that don't look like you, then you will be forced and you will be subjected to their rules and regulations not mentioned in the lessons. But you won't find out about it. They gonna give you money, but they want blood. And it's very sad, my people. It's very sad, and I really, you know, when I'm watching Mo 3 and I'm watching all of these deaths, you know, and I'm hearing songs, Get It in Blood, and yo, sometimes I really think that some of y'all have consciously accepted the devil as your God.
That's why they call themselves demons.
Some of y'all have consciously accepted the devil as your God, and it's sad, and you need to come home. I trust that it's not too late for you, right? I'm not preaching. I'm reaching to teach you, because you need to become a self-savior, and the only way you can save yourself is that if you really pay attention to the knowledge that's being born right now. I know it's the wisdom knowledge day, but I'm giving you knowledge and wisdom so you can see things a little bit more clear. I greatly appreciate my brother Shabu be Allah. You know, today was a very victorious day for me, you know what I'm saying? My hard worker, you heard me. I do what I do, and I do it well. And trust me, man, I do it good, I do it right, I do it exact, the way it's supposed to be done. At the end of the day, man, the responsibility is immense. So that's why I can speak it, I write it, and I teach it. Because it's a responsibility. I can't keep what I have without giving it away for free. What do I have? I have the knowledge born about the self-savior who can teach you how to be a savior of yourself. And with that, going back to my brother Shabu.
Appreciate that, my great brother, born King of Law, you know, that has a very articulate way of putting things. And I would also like to say to y'all that control YouTube and the powers that be and everything else, that we still do live in the United States of America, and according, you know, to the first law in the Constitution, you know, we should have freedom of speech. So I don't want to feel like I gotta cut things out of my video content because my brother delivers the truth. Y'all know that the powers that be, we see it every day when they shut Kanye down. We see it every day when Kyrie, if he, you know, take it upon himself to watch something about the original history of us as a group of people, and then want to get back on the internet and share that knowledge with other individuals that may not know that knowledge, that now all of a sudden, you know, he's a racist, he's an anti-Semite, or whatever. Y'all got to stop this. Anytime that black people start to talk or speak anything that's constructive, then all of a sudden, you know, y'all want to lock us down, y'all want to strip us, you know, of our currency, you know, y'all want to blackball us, and to the point, you know, that, and you know, as much as I hated what went on, you know, just with the little politics and the NBA and everything else, you know, Kyrie had it right to say to Brooklyn, you know, kiss my Lord, Savior, Savior, and I'm out of here. And right behind that, I got no problems with Durant doing his thing too. But all of these things are mixed into this so-called melting pot. And the thing about y'all that y'all gotta understand, and I say the powers that be, the people that control things, is that you have an obligation to show some equality. You can't keep keeping people down. Like, I don't know, Born King, one of the comments that I got after all this time somebody hit me back when you made the comment or your acronym about crime. Would you say that again?
Conditions requiring independent means of economics.
Now, what did that man say wrong? And the reason why I'm going to address that, because that was a part, once again, of our whole thing on hip-hop and the foundation of things. We are not saying that conditions requiring independent means of economics, that's a justification to say that we sold drugs in the community, that we robbed in the community. No, we are saying that the conditions that were developed from after us being in slavery for 400 years, 300 and some odd years nowadays, because it's not the physical slavery that we in, it's the mental slavery that we in. And we place a ball and chain on ourselves. And that's why I'm leading toward this. I'm about ready to do something with this Black Lives Matter thing, because I'm upset. Yeah, we got Peyton Genrod that did what he did, but how many of us in the community on a daily basis, right down there in these small little towns, individuals riding by houses and doing shootouts with 18 and 19-year-old girls that's in the house, that's 8 and 9 months, 7 months pregnant, about ready to give birth? Are we not held responsible for that? When are we going to say that Black Lives Matter amongst us? When you going to challenge that so-called shooter that came out, and while grandma in the Bronx was on her way to the supermarket to make Sunday dinner for her grandchildren, get hit with a stray bullet and die because gangbangers decide to have a shootout on a Sunday in broad daylight and run down the street shooting their gun backwards? See, this is why I say my joint is God, gangster, and gentleman. Because see, sometimes I get on that gangster shit. And I get on it because y'all trying to say that y'all are alike to us, but y'all not. Because even though I belong a part of the A-team out of Cypress Hills, East New York, Brooklyn, classified as the killing ground, number one, number two all the time in homicide to nowadays. But I don't promote none of that. I don't get up here and use all of the things that we did in the streets, in the ghettos of hell, to influence you to take that same path. We didn't have the resources. We didn't have the knowledge. Y'all don't understand. The heroin and all that was controlled by the Guineas, the Italians. And like he said, they didn't just give packages to individuals back then. Nicky, all the backs, all them Dutch Silk, Frank Matthews, all of them different breeds. And especially with the heroin. So it was controlled. And it was isolated because you had to have the older OGs or somebody that was connected with them to bring you in the game. Because you can't do things that's right without being taught, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. So we had to respect our OGs. We had to learn from them so that we could keep whatever little code or ethics that was going on, even though they say it's no honor among thieves. And that was right. Those that boosted or stole or whatever that was there. Those that hustled drugs or those that robbed. It was all, like we say, the Lord of all the worlds. There's all type of world that's out there that you can fall victim to at any given moment. But getting back to the essence of the crack era and everything else that developed out of that is why we became engulfed in it, because that was the first time that we was able to make money like that without anybody else having control over us. And it's sad to say, but the black and the brown came together. The Dominicans would have never succeeded over here with the cocaine trade, or the Cubans, the Colombians, or none of them without us. We were the foundation of making it work. So when they came in our communities, and y'all know I dropped a little jewel on your big head, you know, that spoke their language, that washed their cars for about 4 or 5 months, and then the next thing you know, they was dropping 20, 30 birds in his hand. And now he calling us saying, I got them things. And we get out there to do our thing. And yes, we caused a lot of destruction, mayhem, and everything during that time. But I tell you what I regret the most. And some of y'all gonna say, oh, Shy, you crazy. Why you gonna say that with all the death and destruction and everything? But out of that era, you know what I regret the most? I regret us not economically coming together and pulling out resources so that we could buy back up the community. Because what's the most valuable asset? Land. Property. So we didn't do like the mob that got rich and sent their kids to school to become doctors and lawyers and everything else so that they could build in their own community. And even when my brother talk about the Jews, we can't be mad at them. Because when they set up over there in Williamsburg and Crown Heights and all that, they made sure that their economical money circulated amongst them. Even though on the low, when they get here, the government already got things that they
don't
can
forget
get.
about Maya Lansky. Come on, man. Every ethnic group in this country got down with gangsterism. Every single, the Irish, the Italians, the Jews, they was all robbing, stealing, murdering, bootlegging, doing everything. And they became super rich.
Okay.
Not criminalized. You know what I'm saying? We watch movies about Bonnie and Clyde. They made them folk heroes. We watch so many gangster movies, you know what I'm saying, with Edgar Robinson. So what I'm saying, and I get what you're saying, is that every ethnic group treats our neighborhood like a plate. When you talk about what you talking about how every seed on this planet, they tell them, come to America, set up in the black community, and you gonna be rich. Right now, the Dominicans already from all the way uptown, them narco dollars, listen, narco dollars built the whole of Miami.
Exactly, cocaine cowboys.
Listen, so I get it, right? The criminalization of a generation, it always falls on the black and the brown. But
now it's a crime.
They did it first, became millionaires, and then said, if you do it, you are a bad person. And we got to criminalize you and kill you for it.
But the sad part is, and getting back to that, right, is that we did it, right, and it was a war on drugs. And that's another thing. I'm getting ready to come for my money from the government. I'm a veteran on a war on drugs. Where's my money? Okay? They was at war with us. So what they did, they took all the fathers, all the uncles, everybody, and locked us up for quadrillion years. Right? For something they brought here and they allowed to take its course. Because as long as it was hurting our communities, they didn't care nothing about it.
But now,
it wasn't until their daughters and their sons got hooked, and I know where you getting ready to go because that's where I'm taking them. That now we have Oxycontin. And what it turns into, instead of it being a war, it turns into a crisis.
Healthcare.
So what do they do under a crisis? Now you get busted or whatever goes wrong. Oh, we send you to a drug rehabilitation center. We send you to a program that's going to give you the skills while you getting off of drugs so that when you finish getting off of drugs, you can go back out there and get a job as a productive citizen.
Where's the opioid baby?
You know what I'm saying?
Because they called our babies crap babies, right? So they made stigmatized every aspect, right? When they sent, that was chemical warfare. You engineered it. You sent it into our communities, right? The government made billions because with the Nicaragua, you know what I'm saying? All of that fund that whole war, you brought that shit here.
Oliver North.
But what I'm saying is, how today, I ain't heard not one person say opioid baby. Now these people walking around, their teeth falling out, right? They skinny than a mug. Why they not called opeds? Huh? Why there's no memeing of them? But when we was strung out, our people, and one thing about black people, oh my gosh, we don't even have mercy on each other. I'm talking about like we would drag each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, crackhead! But when it's white people going through their drug addiction, and they are heavy in it, whole West Virginia, all bunch of white communities is going through this shit, right?
They got 100,000 people and they got 3 million pills coming in their money.
Hey, I'm telling you, you still ain't heard no opioid babies, right? You ain't heard no oped. Oh, look at the oped, right? There's no opeds on TV. Like if you watch on TV, I was just watching. I think I seen the other day, that black show from Tyler Perry where the wife, my man's wife, started smoking crack, Janine, and they started calling her crackhead.
Yeah.
So So what they did was that they slipped it in where they say, oh, we didn't throw that rock. You caught the rock. You smoked the rock. You did the rock all on your own. We didn't do nothing. Yeah, they did it all. Because they know how easily seduced you are. And they know that you're not going to call them names because they're not going to call themselves names. So they're not going to war on each other. They're going to call it a healthcare crisis. It's going to be money for these mothers, right? They're not going to call their babies opioid babies, and they are, right? I don't know, are they giving them free dentures? I know they was even going so far as to having Narcan available where these people now can just go up to the counter and get free Narcan. Like, listen, man. It's always an excuse to kill us. Everything was used as an excuse to kill us because listen, that was the aim and objective, was to kill us. The aim and objective for them is for them to have, why you think MTV has a show called 16, them young and mothers, pregnant. 16 and pregnant, because they are dying faster than they are birthing babies. So now they're paying these little white girls to have babies early.
And that's where you get
the abortion thing is so big.
From. That's where